since the end of the last One Piece manga chapter, it seems like Katakuri Charlotte has been castrated by Luffy in his mastery of the Gear 4th ability. And Luffy officially comes in like a mad bull in this chapter, delivering unto us an amazing chapter of One Piece. So let's just go ahead and talk about some of the highlights here. The tide of the battle has officially been turned by Luffy, and that's because he has actually used his observational fighting skills to learn that Katakuri has been using his observation haki to dodge all of his attacks. But he still can be hit if Luffy moves fast enough, and thankfully, despite the fact that Gear 4th looks like a giant ballooned version of Luffy, he actually manages to move faster. We saw it in the battle with Doflamingo, we're seeing it here, and man, does it feel good. I love Katakuri. He's a really cool villain, and he's definitely been one of my favorite characters from the entire series. And even the fact that he's kind of a weird, goofy dude who likes to eat donuts, he hasn't really affected how much I love this character. What I will say is, a good villain is always a good villain when it feels good to see the main characters beat up on them. And that's what happens in this chapter. Luffy just brings the absolute heat against him, utilizing a lot of classic Gear 4th techniques, which all hit really hard and look just plain fantastic. Of course, Katakuri is not out of the battle quite yet. It looks like he's going to have to come up with some new tricks, but at the moment it looks like Luffy actually does have the ability to take him down as long as he can stay in the Gear 4th form. This was really great. I especially love that Luffy was sort of waiting for that perfect moment to start attacking him again. And, you know, ever since the last chapter, definitely Katakuri has got to be feeling a little upset that he was caught off guard. Someone saw his true personality, and that's probably sort of messing with him a little bit right now. So it's really the perfect strategy for Luffy to just go all in right now and just give him everything that he has got. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from this, and it's going to grow even more grandiose and impressive, so I can't wait to see more of that. Really, this part of the chapter is so fun to read and look at that it makes me completely forget about everything else that happened in the chapter, which mostly was just more of Big Mom and her family freaking out about the fact that the sea floor slugs are gone. We get to find out where they are, and it's all thanks to the works of Aladdin. In particular, it's Praline, the daughter of Big Mom herself, who's actually going out of her way to betray her and help out her newfound friends. It's pretty freaking awesome that this minor side character, who didn't really seem like she'd be all that important in the grand scheme of things, is playing a very big role in actually helping out the Straw Hat Pirates at the end of this chapter. It's really freaking satisfying, and I love it. But really, it pales in comparison to my love of all of Luffy just beating the crap out of Katakuri in this chapter. It was awesome. So, what's the rundown on this week's manga chapter of One Piece? Really, I just don't have that much more to say outside of the fact that I thought it was really clever that Luffy came up with a strategy realizing that he is using observation haki to simply just dodge all of his techniques. It's not that he has some sort of other super ability that he's unaware of. Basically, Luffy just has to kick it into high gear, so to speak. So we'll get to see, you know, maybe some new techniques in some of the coming chapters, which I hope to see. But aside from that, there's some great returns in this chapter, like his Gatling-styled attack, and even the Rhino Schneider, which has such a cool name. I've always really loved the name of that attack for how incredibly ridiculous it is. Like, does he come up with these things on the fly? Does he have to say the technique in order for it to work? Like, I've always wondered that with anime attacks, why they always have to, like, say the name of the attack while they're doing it. It's that type of thing that just makes it so much fun to watch. And like I said, you've been waiting for that moment where Katakuri was going to be pushed back, and he showed no weaknesses until the last chapter, and man, he just opened up a whole case on him. Like, when he realized he had an advantage, Luffy just went for it, and that's what made it all the more satisfying, especially because he's been through a lot of crap in this arc right here. Almost losing Sanji, getting nearly destroyed and eaten alive by frickin' Big Mom, and now going up against one of the most powerful opponents that he's ever seen. But the fact that Luffy can actually push him back is very impressive, and it kind of gives us another look at, like, the power scales of the One Piece series. While he probably still can't, like, tank a Yonko at the moment, like an Emperor, he can still at least go toe-to-toe with people that are, like, just below them. So this lets us know that Luffy is still an incredibly powerful character and even has the ability to go up against some of the top dogs, but he still has a lot more that he can learn. And I can't wait to see what he's going to learn by the end of this arc and how he and his friends are even going to get out of this situation alive. That being said, I loved this chapter. I cannot talk and praise it enough. Just the action was solid. I love that Luffy was actually being a smart fighter. A lot of people give him crap for being just sort of that dumb character, the dumb main character that just only is good for fights. But no, he actually used his brain in this battle, and I thought it was awesome. I loved it. So I liked this chapter a lot. I thought the last half was a little slow, and I would like to maybe just a little bit more with Luffy and with Katakuri. That being said, it was a great way to break away from the action and to build the anticipation a little bit more, as well as showing us all the other chaotic things that are actually going on, because there are a ton of things that are going on right now in this arc, and that's just pretty normal for One Piece. So I'm not really going to fault it for that. This was a solid read right here, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Check it out, One Piece fans. If any of you guys did watch it, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you hope to see from the rest of the battle with Luffy and Katakuri and the rest of the Whole Cake Island arc? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things anime and One Piece related. And make sure to like the video. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay dandy, baby.